Let's talk now to Katie Lam MP, Shadow Home Office Minister, to get from her what it is that is going on. Katie, very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks very much for joining us. This is a massive problem in this country. Keir Starmer seems to not want to administer it or indeed actually admit that it's going on.
It is a massive problem. There is no question about that. And whether or not the Prime Minister recognises it will not change reality.
No, it really won't. But why does he not want to actually admit that it's going on?
I think because the government has no real solution for it. So they have talked a lot since the figures came out yesterday about how they are moving through all of the asylum applications. Well, all that means is that people will be moving to a different part of the system. They'll be moving out of the asylum system, and so their costs will no longer be charged to the Home Office, but they will still be charged. They talk about closing down hotels and moving people out of hotels. Well, these people are not going to cease to exist. Where are they going to go? A lot of the other options are as bad as hotels, if not worse. The only thing that will properly work in anything like the medium term is to detain people when they arrive here and to deport them as quickly as possible. And the Prime Minister is not willing to say that, which means he's not really willing to solve this problem. Right,
and that is a real kind of deficit, I think, for this government, isn't it? Because they have inherited a terrible situation, but it has got worse under their under their guard, if you like. And they keep appointing people. We've been listening to Martin Hewitt, Border Security Commander, this morning. Phil Douglas, who's with the General Border Force. We've got the National Crime Agency guy called Rob Jones. They all talk a good game, but none of it is actually making any difference.
The only thing that will make a difference is people knowing that if they come to this country, then they can't stay. So, of course, the National Crime Agency do good work trying to dismantle the supply chain of serious organised criminals that facilitate these crossings and make a lot of money off doing so. But a lot of this work is happening in other countries. There is always another crime group ready to spring up to take the place of one that's been defeated. The only thing that will work is to cut demand for people coming across the channel in the first place, because they know that if they come here that they can't stay. Everything else is window dressing.
Exactly right. And what about the problem now with the people that we've got in these hotels? Because now that the ruling has come down from the High Court, the Essex Hotel, for example, the Bell Hotel, I think in Epping, is an illegal entity, if you like. They're going to have to kick people out of hotels. What are they going to do with them? There's not enough spaces. There's not enough room. There's not enough houses to put them in. The government put out a clarion call yesterday for 5,000 more houses so they can house these people. But, where are they all going to go?
Unfortunately, we don't know, because the government hasn't told us. The Prime Minister seemed to say a couple of months ago in the Treasury Select Committee that there was lots of possible housing that people could be. It's not true. So it's not clear to me that there is anywhere appropriate that these people can go. And there's also the fundamental question of people who have come here illegally, people who have jumped the queue, whether or not their asylum claim is genuine, have come here from France, which is a totally safe country. We have a lot of homeless people already in this country, a lot of people who are struggling. So many people up and down the country are working so hard to make ends meet. And if you come here illegally, you'll be housed in a hotel, you'll be fed, you'll be given spending money. We've seen some unbelievable stories about some of the things that people have been given who've come here illegally. I just think that that's wrong, and I think the public think that it's wrong too.
Absolutely. There's a guy in the Daily Mail yesterday who would appear to have been some kind of trader who's living in a hotel in London, in the Barbican, I think it was, who has got a wife in Dubai, who works for a Dubai investment fund, and who's sitting here boasting about the fact that he doesn't pay any tax and that he can't go home because he says that he's gay, all of which is a complete lie. And yet, he's just rinsing the public here, the taxpayers in this country, for his free food, for his free lodging, for everything else. It's extraordinary.
The way the system is set up is crazy. The incentives for people's behaviour are pretty much completely wrong.
It really is incredibly difficult to figure out how it's going to change, though, because until such time as the government accepts that these people shouldn't be here and that they will therefore have to deport them, there is no kind of way out of it, is there?
So at the moment, of course, as you say, we are under a Labour government who don't seem to want to do what is necessary to fix this problem, which is to have a deterrent and to deport people. It's to increase our detention capacity and to remove people either home, if that's safe, or somewhere else that's safe for them to go. Until and unless they accept that, and the only solution that anybody has come up with that would actually fix that problem is to send people where it's not safe for them to go home to Rwanda. The Labour government, for purely ideological reasons, scrapped that as one of the very first things that they did when they came into office, despite the fact that they had no alternative suggestion, no real plan to fix this problem, exactly as we're seeing now. All of the numbers are going in the wrong direction. It's just going up and up and up. It's shameful.
Yeah. Shameful is right. Katie, good to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed. Katie Lam, Shadow Home Office Minister, of course, and Tory MP for Kent, the Weald of Kent, I believe it is.